Okay, everybody, we are El Livo. I'm going to go to my Discord, let everybody know I'm streaming right now. Maybe I should drop them the link in the chat. Live streaming, bam, copy, and Discord. Bam, there you go. So, and here we go. I'm going to drop like a little message in the message board. Going to be writing for 25-minute sprints and answering questions for 15 minutes in between sprints. And what up, Quattro? Nice, let's go. All right, let me plug in this computer. All right, let me plug this. Oh my God! Oh my God! Yes. I got to thank everybody in the chat, because if it weren't for this chat, I would not have found my retainer. Hey, thank you, people who are following me. So let me plug this computer in. And, ooh, damn. Cut myself. Cut myself on the chair. Ooh, that looks pretty bad. Damn. Hold on. I got to get a Band-Aid. Cut myself on this chair. Ooh, dang, look at that. So, don't worry, that's not going to stop me. I'm still going to write. But that went deep. Stacks says, hello, Randall. Hello, Stacks. Damn. That did a number on me. Okay, so going to be running for 25-minute sprints. Can I put this as a banner pin message? All right, so there we go. So yeah, Quattro, Stacks. If somebody comes in and being like, "What the hell is he doing? He's not talking. Should be ASMR." Tell them I'm doing it. 25-minute sprints. Then I'm going to talk for 15 minutes. Do another 25 minutes, talk, 25 minutes, talk. So here we go. Hello, Randall. The writing never stops. Stacks, do you start your stories from the end and make your way towards the beginning? Is it the opposite? I haven't started the stream writing yet for today. I mean, I did a little in the morning, but basically, I always have my ending. I always have my ending figured out before I even start writing. So what I basically do is I come up with I use a very nonlinear structure. I come up with the ending first, then I find the beginning, and then I work from A to Z. So I know Z, I know A, and I know how to work from A to Z. One of the things that's really important to me on this novel is that you don't know how it ends, because there's a writer in my writers group. She shall remain nameless, but she's writing this romance, and I'm like, yeah, hey, are they going to get together in the end? And she's like, well, it's a romance, so yeah. And I'm like, yeah, there's this one series out, I think it's called like Versus, where it pits like a famous fighter from like TV and movies against another famous fighter. Like they did one with Jason, the Green Power Ranger, and I think he fought Scorpion or something. But the thing that I really like about this series is that there's several fake outs during the fight. You think, oh, Jason won. And then like about 3 minutes later, oh nope, Scorpion's back up. He's still throwing down, and like, oh, Scorpion won. And then like 3 minutes later, it's like, oh, Jason's still in the game. Jason is he's still in there. Oh my God. So you never really, you're kind of like on the edge. You never really know who's gonna win. And that is a high priority with this story that I'm writing. That is a high priority. I don't think you're going to be able to see the ending coming. And, not being able to figure out the ending is one of the things that I'm keeping key and keeping in mind. And, sometimes you need movies and books where the bad guy wins. Every so often, you need to pepper in a story where the bad guy wins, because if the good guy wins all the time, then stories would be just boring. Again, I'm not going to tell you the ending of this story, but it's going to come out of nowhere. It's going to come out of nowhere, and I almost guarantee you will be surprised. So, but it's not going to be the traditional ending. It's going to have a twist and turns, and a few fake outs. So just to let you know. So I want to hear it from the Disney producer himself. That's a smart move. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I cut my finger, but good. Damn, look at that. Damn. That's not going to stop me. I'm going to keep going. Looks like I've already cauterized the wound. So I've got my my drinks already. So again, if anybody comes in and says, "Hey, is this like an ASMR stream, or I don't get this?" Everybody, let them know what they're doing, and I'm going to set the timer on the clock. Gonna set it for 25 minutes. Bam. And here I go with the first writing sprint. Keep everybody appraised of the situation. Let's get it like that. And drop your comments in the chat. And 25 minutes from now, I will do a 15-minute break, and we'll see how it goes. So here we go. Got to scroll all the way to the bottom, which is a significant amount of scrolling because I have 183 pages already. All right. Bam. Well, I just finished a scene too. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to set this for 15 minutes. Bam. So there we go. We got 15 minutes on the clock for me to answer questions. Let's see. Here we go. Hello, Randall. Right number stops. Just shared smart move. Hello, Randy. What up, Larry Tate? Good to see you. Hold on. Hello, Randy. You're writing like an Olympic champion, Rendingo. Thanks, Chicken Wizard. What up, Fears Logs? Just check Chicken Wizard. Hold on. Stacks says, hey, you got to be careful talking like that, Stacks. You can get in trouble for that. I'm not going to report you, but I'm just saying shouldn't put that stuff on social media. Hope everyone's night is good. Fears Logs, yeah, we're doing good. We've got 15 minutes on the timer. Larry Tate says hello. So if anybody has any writing questions, just let me know. I got cut deep on the finger there, but it's not bleeding. It stopped bleeding immediately. Maybe it didn't hit a vein or anything. I don't know. So yeah, so basically what these Write With Me streams are, I got the idea from Abby Emmons, and Abby has this thing where she writes for 25 minutes and then she takes a 15-minute break. Then she writes for another 25 minutes, and she does that about 4 or 5 times. I'm going to do the same thing here. So if y'all got any writing questions or any other questions at all, let me know in the chat. Again, we've got about 13 minutes for y'all to post your questions. And then after that, I'm going to go into another 25-minute writing sprint. If y'all are wondering what's going on, just check the message at the top. Check the pin message, and that'll explain what's going on. No, it's not ASMR. It's a Write With Me stream. So there you go. So I didn't do my writing for today. Bad me. But I'm doing it right now. And then I'm going to hang it up and go to Fears, and I'm going to go to Fears' house tomorrow. And I got my suitcase all packed. I got Fears' gift. I got a bunch of shirts. Got a bunch of pants. I'm going to be staying there for about 2 or 3 days. Going to be there Friday, Saturday, and maybe Sunday. We'll see. Fears doesn't have any work on those days, so we both will be free to do whatever the hell we want. And there you go. When is the best time to write, or does it depend on the individual? Should white people be allowed to write movies with the N-word? I don't think so, Quattro. I think if they want that to be their word and their thing, I don't think. I was not a real big fan of the use of the N-word and Quentin Tarantino stuff. I really, it is true to life. People do say that, but I would rather not. Stacks can't see Fears comments. LOL. Stacks thinks I'm blocked. OL. When is the best time to write, or does it depend on the individual? I think you are definitely correct with your assertion on the last part. It definitely does depend on the individual. I don't have anything to do, and I can stay up as late as I want. So the best time to write for me is probably around sometime between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. because at that time of night, nobody's calling me, nobody's wanting me to do stuff. During the day, my mom wants me to do a bunch of errands and stuff, and I do it happily because she hooks me up. Anytime you're free. For me personally, 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. is the best time to write for me. Now, there are lots of people out there like single mothers or kids in college. And, if you can only do 15 minutes at a time, definitely do the 15 minutes. There's some people who, work 9-to-5 jobs, like a secretary or something. And, if you can snatch about 15 minutes to 15 minutes to like 30 minutes. That'll give you a good chunk of writing. If you're dedicated and you don't stop and you just keep typing nonstop, that'll be good. But yeah, does that say 1 minute? Oh, 10 minutes. Good. But yeah, you just got to find your own time. Sometimes you're not even going to be able to work during the week. Sometimes it's going to have to be a weekend thing. Like when I was in school, in high school, I used to wake up at 6, shower, watch cartoons. Then I would go to school, eat breakfast, have 3 periods of class, then lunch, then 3 periods of class, then end. And my school was about like an hour walk away. So, I didn't get home until like maybe 4 or 5. And then when I got home at 4 or 5, I would watch Saturday morning cartoons. And then I would goof off the rest of the day, and my mom would put me down at 9 o'clock. Because 9 was my bedtime. But yeah, you really got to find your own time. Again, if you can get 30-minute grabs, definitely get that 15 to 30-minute grab anytime you can. Will you be writing at Fierce Place? Yes, I will. I'll be writing at Fierce Place. I'm gonna do that sometime around 1 to 4 a.m. So yeah, I'll be doing it there. Yep. What or who inspired you to create the animations and writing? The animations. Fears asked me this question one time before. He said, "Randy, why do you? It's 2023. Why do you call your station, or why do you call your channel Cameraman 2021? Shouldn't it be Cameraman 2023?" And at first I said, "Well, Fears, you're not 26 anymore. Why do you call it Fears Man 26?" And then the second thing I said to him was, my inspiration as far as cartoons have been Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Sealab 2021. Now, for a while there, Cameo Man was the only Cameo Man on the internet, but after somebody took that name, so I thought, well, I want a number. But when I came up with Cameo Man 2021, it was like 2017, 18. So I thought, you know what? I really like Sealab 2021, so I'm going to be Cameo Man 2021. And if you look at my style and Sealab style, they're very similar. And that is the look that I'm going for with my cartoons. And so I hope that answers your question. Usually do. Yeah, good, like that name. Is poetry considered writing? 100% yes. Hey, Randy, I was wondering how you incorporate your faith into your writing. I understand writing is a reflection of the writer, and you probably subconsciously add it, but you consciously try to. There's a lot of things that the Jehovah's Witnesses teach. And, they like, if you are baptized witness, eventually you do public speaking, where you speak in front of the entire group. And then, Jesus commands us in Matthew 28 to go out door to door and do the door to door thing. So we do that, and we are taught public speaking. I have a public speaking class every Thursday, and they have like little dramas. They have like 3 dramas every day where 2 witnesses. We do like a mock going to the door and answering questions and just doing that. My faith, it does factor into my writing. I don't use the Lord's name in vain, but I do use other curse words. But my view on like film and television and film and books has been like the Bible. The Bible actually has some pretty questionable stuff in it, but it's written in a G to PG fashion. Like, if you actually look through the actual Bible, there's tales of incest, of women getting their fathers drunk and getting pregnant by them. There's all sorts of stuff. So I base my policy is to basically do what the Bible does, and present like really intense stuff, but in a G or PG fashion. That's usually, and I am consciously not using really big curse words like the SH word or the F bomb in this book. I'm trying to like, I think the worst curse word I have in this thing that I'm writing right now is hell and ass, But yeah, I really try to tone it down. And that's one of the things that I really wanted to get across with Cameo Man is, aside from a BICTH or an ASS, Cameo Man is very PG. It's very family friendly. I've always wanted Cameo Man to be like that. I always want everybody to watch Cameo Man and everybody to be able to watch it. So, have you considered creating hentai if you become very profitable? I have considered it. I actually did that one time, a long time ago, like back in 2025. But I don't think I'll ever pick up that again. Again, I want my animations to be enjoyed by everybody. So, I mean, the worst that I'll do is a parody that's kind of mocking people. But other than that, no, and I wouldn't do hentai. What is your target audience on Cameo Man? Boys and girls and men from ages 13 to 40. So men and women 13 to 40 is basically my target demographic. You should bring hentai back. Sounds rough. What does it say? Sounds nice. Yeah, right. No. No, I won't be doing that anytime soon. Now, oh, usually does says, I'm 41. I'm gonna head out. You're hilarious, usually do. Yeah. But yeah. I try to aim my stuff. Well, you know what? Here, I'll change it. I'll make it 13 to 50. I mean, usually people who are 43 or 44 and over don't care for comic books and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I could be completely wrong. I think Nerdrotic likes comic books, and I think a few of the people I like are over 40 and like comic books. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. So if you have any more writing questions, put them in the chat. We got 3 more minutes to go. 10 more years. Yeah, right. Yeah. But yeah, I try to make it for almost everybody. One of the people I like is really Key and Peele. And Key and Peele have done, I was watching a bunch of interviews with them when I was researching them. And Jordan Peele says, I like to appeal to every demographic. He says, we try to get everybody from every demographic everywhere to try to watch our show. So, one day we'll be doing a pirate sea shanty, and then another day we'll be doing like a feminist video, and then another day we'll be doing like Mexicans at a Mexican food place. So they try to appeal to every demographic. I'm not going to try to appeal to every single demographic of all time, but I do like to include a lot of people. Do you study Dan Harmon? Yeah, I have studied Dan Harmon. This is something that I feel about Dan Harmon, and something I feel about Abby Emmons too. There are certain things that I think appeal to certain people, and Dan Harmon's Story Circle, I have used it for some stuff, but I just don't really think it fits my style. Again, I've tried to use it, but and then again with Abby Emmons has this thing where like every character has a wound and a lie that they tell themselves and a secret, and I think that works for her, and I think Dan Harmon's stuff works for him, but I don't really feel like that stuff is for me. I actually have my own structure worked out as far as like Cameo Man, the hour-long things go. And I'll read some of the Cameo Man hour-long stuff for you. But yeah, I don't really use Dan Harmon's stuff a lot. What movie writer can you not stand? Akiva Goldsman. Although Akiva Goldsman's work is growing on me, but I really can't stand him. He writes the most god-awful dialogue. But in Batman Forever, he actually did kind of predict deep fakes before they were a thing. So I got to give him props for that. Because in Batman Forever, the Riddler kills his boss, and then the Riddler basically deep fakes his boss killing himself. So Akiva Goldsman was actually like really way ahead of the game on that one. So I kind of respect him in that light. And then also another thing is like he is a prolific writer. He has written a lot of stuff. I mean, his Akiva Goldsman's biggest claim to fame was A Beautiful Mind, but I can't really give him too much props for that because number one, it wasn't really his material. He was writing it based off of a book. So like a lot of the credit goes to the writer of the actual biography. But and again, the dialogue is god awful. I mean, I remember one line that was just so horrible. I'm like, horrified, petrified, stupefied by you and your tie. There's got to be a mathematical equation for how bad your tie is. I thought that was horrible dialogue. Plus, I'm schizophrenic and John Nash was schizophrenic, and they took a lot of liberties, and they really didn't get the schizophrenic experience accurate, or they didn't get it down. Would you ever do an audiobook? Yes. Did he keep that Deep Blue Sea, one of my favorite bad movies? I don't know if he did Deep Blue Sea. Have you ever written a musical? No, I could not do a musical. You're schizophrenic. Yeah. Stacks, I don't usually tell people I'm schizophrenic until I've known them after 3 months. Because here's the thing. I get two reactions when I tell people I'm schizophrenic. If I tell them right away, if I go, hey, oh yeah, I've got schizophrenia, they go, you're not going to murder me, are you? I'm like, no, I'm not going to murder you. I have zero history of violence. But usually I don't tell people I'm schizophrenic after 3 months. And then I tell them and they're like, and they give me this reaction. They go, Randy, if you would have never told me, I would have never known. So, yeah. So those are the two responses. And again, I don't like people asking me, you're not going to murder me, are you? So I don't tell them for 3 months. And again, the word for word reaction I get is like, Randy, if you would have never told me, I would have never known. So yeah, there we go. I got to we got to get back on the clock here. Going to 25. Let's see if I can nail it. Damn, 23. All right. So I'm going to start writing again, and then I'm going to do another sprint. Everybody in the chat, put your... oh, shit. Hold on. Everybody, put your questions in the chat. And I will answer them. Let me okay, so going for another 25-minute writing sprint. I don't care if I make my word count today. I just want to get an hour of writing done. Okay, so here we go. Back to the story. It's not hard to find. Chapter 11. Whoa, did you hear my stomach? Damn, that was a big growl. Okay, boom and boom. Okay, gonna set this for bam. I'm gonna set it for 16 minutes. Have a good chat. All right. So we're going for 16 more minutes. Randy, so many protagonists. The Randy, we see so many protagonists that murder for good. One of the worst things you can do to a person. Hey, mom, I'm streaming right now. What do you need? No? So, murder for good. One of the worst things you can do to a person, but we never see protagonists for good. The other worst thing you can do. My question to you is: what only what trivial in prison? People make that. Wow, usually, though, that's a tough question. I don't know if I can answer that. I don't think in any context that is good. So I don't think that you could actually do that. So I can't tell you how to write that because I don't think you can do it. The only way I think you could pull that off is if the person that they do that to actually turns out to be imaginary and wasn't actually a real person at all. That's the only way I think you could do that usually, though. Any other way would be it would be pretty horrific. So yeah, I don't think you could do that. Just to let you know, if the person turned out to be imaginary and there really was no person, you could do that. But yeah, yeah. Actually, I think that is a great answer because it could be one of those like little Fight Club type things. If you ever seen the ending of Fight Club, I thought Fight Club was a tremendously boring movie, and I watched it 8 times, 75% of the way through. But you really got to watch that movie all the way through. And the first time I watched it all the way through, I was like, "Holy shit, this is a great movie! This is fantastic, Oscar winning." But yeah, I think that's the only way that you could do it. Usually, though, that is yeah. Any other way would be weird. Another way you could do it. I'm just thinking of this. There was a movie with the chick who played Scully in it was a chick who played Scully in X-Files. Actually, that person got attacked, and then she turned around and attacked the person who attacked her with a broomstick. So if the attacker attacked the protagonist first, it wouldn't be really right moral wise. But if the attacker assaulted the person first, I think your protagonist would be justified in assaulting them back. That's another way that you could do it. But yeah, the way you're talking about right here is I really wouldn't even touch that plot with a 10-foot pole, to be honest. You thought No, I didn't find Fight Club boring. I said the first 8 times I'd only watched it 75% of the way through. Anybody who watches Fight Club, stay till the end because it will turn around on you. The 9th time that I watched Fight Club, I watched it all the way through, and I was like, "Oh my god, these surprises are amazing." There was foreshadowing there. I like David Fincher, and I like the Coen Brothers. I do like the Coen Brothers; they were good. And I'm a big fan of let's see, what was their movie with the dude, The Big Lebowski? That was a good one. Fargo, I thought was kind of boring. I didn't like Fargo. I didn't think the whole Canadian about, I didn't think the whole like Canadians were really nice and they used a boot a lot. I didn't think that plot point was particularly, but there are several films that I think are great by the Coen Brothers. Barton Fink was good. We never actually found out what was in that package that Barton Fink kept carrying around that John Goodman gave him. The Big Lebowski was good. Barton Fink was good. Yeah, they're doing works. How come it took 9 times? Because if you don't know the ending, the first 75% of the movie is boring. Like, it's not until you know the twist at the end that you go through the entire movie and you're like, "Oh my god, everything here was planted. It was foreshadowing. It was all there beforehand." Have you seen A Simple Man? No, I don't think I've seen that. Are those sticky notes your animation sketches? No, they're not. I'll take you through them right now. I talked about this in Fear Stream, but I'll show you these sticky notes. This is I actually met a super famous magician who was on Penn and Teller a few times and fooled him. So basically, I'll take my take the 10 minutes to explain. This is the grid. All these notes right here are my act. So when I do a stand-up comedy magic act, this is basically the structure. So there's a few things that I don't have done yet. So I have these are jokes, and then these are oh, hold on, damn it. I'll get that later. So these are jokes, and then these are magic routines that I do, and all these right here are action items, And then when I finish the action item, I pluck it off. So basically, like make custom socks, get another Elton hat, get your rehearsal jars. All these are action items, and these three right here are items that I'm working on. We got the one-sided bent, we got the mentally say stop routine, and we got the wounded arm routine. So basically, like I structure out my acts this way, and it's been very cool, very good way. What made you go back the last 6 or 7 times? What made me go back the last 6 or 7 times? David Fincher's directing is awesome. He's an awesome director. He has a very, very, very strong visual style. A lot of people didn't like Alien 3, but I thought it was a diamond in the rough. I didn't think it was good as Alien or Aliens, but basically, like, he did have some good stuff in there. Do you have enough material to fill out a Netflix special? Yes. Randy, you're an organized, hardworking man. I don't see how you can succeed. Yeah, I definitely think I am going to succeed. I think I am on the cusp of greatness. I think in like another 1 or 2 years, I'm going to be on TV, and not just like public access like I've been, but like real TV, cable TV. I watched his new movie. It's okay. Yeah, and I really liked. I thought he was going to go a lot harder with the girl with the dragon tattoo, because I watched all the girl with the dragon tattoo movies, the German versions with Noomi Rapace, and I watched the new one with Rooney Mara, and I thought that David Fincher was going to go like really hard, like almost NC-17, like rated X type stuff. I thought he was going to go super dark, because David Fincher is a super dark director. He's done Alien 3, he's done 7. 7 is a gritty and scary movie, scary as hell. And what's funny about 7 is in 7, a lot of the murders are shown after the fact. I mean, there's the part where, the guy gets shot at, the detective gets shot at by the killer. And then there's the part at the end where Brad Pitt shoots the killer. But a lot of the murder and a lot of the bad stuff in 7, you see after the fact. We don't see the drug addict like slowly getting deteriorated and being shot up and killed. We don't see the fat guy being tortured. We see the aftermath, which I think is a lot creepier, and you fill in the blanks with your head. Watched his new movie, it was okay. The Killer, come up with a better title. Yeah, I guess there's a movie that needs to be called The Killer. As a Nick Jr. editor, I could see Randall succeeding. Thank you. I like that. Yeah. I wouldn't mind. I could make some content for Nick Jr., I'm sure. I liked Gone Girl. Yeah, Gone Girl was good. I just saw Gone Girl earlier this year. I didn't watch it for a long time. No, wait. No, I'm thinking of Gone Baby Gone. Hell yes. Yeah. So, yeah, I really liked those movies. They were cool. But yeah, so again, this is my act. So basically, I'll take you through the magic act if I still have time. Yep, got 6 minutes left. So basically, we have we found the rubber band joke. So that's basically, I do this joke a little bit different than Otto Octavius does. I start out my act with the, did anybody lose $100 bills wrapped with a rubber band? Because we found the rubber band. And now Otto Octavius does that joke in Spider-Man 2. But I do it a little differently, because I've got a fake wad of cash that looks like a real wad of cash in the car, and I got it wrapped up in a rubber band, and I go, I didn't find the rubber band, but thank you for your donations. And then I hold up the $100 bills of cash. So I take that joke, I make it my own. And then the it joke is a joke that I do. The it joke is I have a card, and I ask a person in the audience, pick any card, and they go, Ace of Diamonds. And I go, if this was it, would that be crazy? And they're like, yeah, that'd be crazy. And I was like, would it be really crazy? And they'll be like, yeah, that was really, really crazy. And then I turn around and I go, well, I'm a wild and crazy guy. And on the card is written it. I had that one I got that one as a free gift from magictricks.com. And then the turnaround bend over joke is a joke that I'm working on. It's going to be funny. So I'm going to get a cane. It starts out that big and then it ends up like huge. So I'm going to like take a person from the audience and I'm going to say, okay, what I want you to do is close your eyes. And they're like, okay, now turn around. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, now bend over. And I expect them to go, oh, hell no. And I go, okay, do me a favor, open your mouth. I'm going to pretend to put it down there. So that'll freak them out. I like to freak out people 10%. You know, I think it's mean to like outright scare people, but I think it'll get a laugh. And then the instant sandwich routine is where I take some cards, I take out two aces, and then I magically produce their card between the two aces without any, motion whatsoever. I basically like do like this, and their card is between the two aces. And then I've got LIE or TRUTH. That's basically where I ask them to lie or tell the truth for 3 questions. And on the 4th question, I want the truth. So I count out their cards. Like, let's say they say ace, I go ACE, then put the cards on top of that. And I say, do you know what the middle name of all the cards is? They say of, OF, then I put those. And then at the end, I ask them to tell the truth. And it turns out the only card I have left is their card. That's the liar truth routine. And the prediction is black routine is it's 2 yuck dad jokes, and then after that is the real thing where I pick their card. And then the real secret blood pressure technique is how I end it. Earlier in separate act, I pull out a secret deodorant and say the secret is strong enough for men, pH balanced for a woman. But then I go, the real secret is that I eat foods that cause an unsafe spike in blood pressure, and then I take medication that causes an unsafe drop in blood pressure, and then it just balances out. And that's the secret. My name's Randy Brown. I do the card tricks, but you bring the magic. Have a nice night. And then I go off. And again, I'm thinking about integrating the one-sided bet in there. The one-sided bet is where I bet people $300 that I can't guess their card. I get it wrong every time, and then I turn over the $100 bills, and there are their cards written in black Sharpie on the $100 bills. The mentally say stop routine is where I have a person pick a card. They put it back in the deck. I shuffle the deck, and then I start laying down cards, and they say stop in their mind. They don't say anything out loud. When I stop, it's their card, and they're amazed. And then the wounded arm routine is a classic force, but I will be wearing a bandage on my arm, and I'll guess the card wrong 3 times, and they'll be like, what was your card? And they go, oh, it was the 2 of diamonds. And then I unwrap the bandage that has been wrapped for the entire stage show and for the entire night. I unwrap it and I take the card out, and it is the 2 of diamonds. So that is basically that's basically the grid in a nutshell. And this is basically how I structure my act and stuff. And I actually do use this structure kind of for scenes occasionally, not all the time. Hell yes, haha, good stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that is basically the grid in a nutshell. And, as I go throughout my stand-up act and my stand-up routine, I'll take some of these down and I'll put something new in. And, I'll just rearrange my act so it's not the same exact act all over the place. But, what a lot of people don't realize about comedians is that once a comedian has a good act, they usually stick with that act for about 5 or 6 months. I used to do the stand-up comedy scene twice every week. And I would go and I would see the same comedians performing the exact same act every time. But here's the trick. It's a different audience every time. So those jokes aren't new, but they're new to you, and the comedians would do the exact same act for 6 months and they would get laughs. And, sometimes they would have like little zingers or like little things that we would just make up on the spot, and they would refine their act. And the act that you saw on day 1 was a completely refined act by month 6. And it's the same thing with magicians. I know a magician who does magic at the shores. He does the same 2 acts all the time. And again, you get like little zingers, and a lot of people, when they hear those zingers, they don't think anything of it. They just like pass it over, but you got to write those down. You got to write those down and save those for later, because if it worked once, it'll work again. So yeah. My favorite is the It card. Can you show us the It card? Yeah, hold on. I'll get the It card. Hold on. I got it here somewhere. You know, I am going to put 10 more minutes on the clock because I do not feel like sleeping at all. So I'm going to put another 10 minutes on there. And while you're here, I'll show you my my cards that I got. So this one's the 7 of clubs and the 7 of diamonds. And what's cool about this is you can take that card out and this card out, and it looks like you got a 7 of diamonds and a 7 of clubs, but you don't have a 7 of diamonds and a 7 of clubs. You have a 7 of diamonds and a blank card. And guess what? The 7 of clubs is on the back right there. So then you take the 7 of diamonds, put it back in there. You take this card, stick it right back in there, and then you do a little snap, and oh, it's back again. So I got this one at the Magic Convention last year. Let me show you the It card. That's the one you want to see. Okay. Now this It card originally I got as a gift from magictricks.com. They've been really nice to me. Yeah, the It card. So this is the It card, and again, I ask them pick a card, whichever one. They're like Ace of Spades, and I'm like, if this is it, would that be crazy? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm a wild and crazy guy. So there's the It card right there. That's this one is what I use for when tricks go wrong and it gets a big laugh, because sometimes people will purposely tell you the wrong card to try to mess you up. Sometimes they'll lie. Sometimes they'll be a jerk and say you got the wrong card, even though you know you got it right. So I usually use this card as an out if I get a trick wrong. You never want to get a trick wrong more than 3 times. If you get a trick wrong 3 times in a row, you need to go back to the drawing board, do that trick several times alone until you can do it correctly. So this is the It card. This is another good card. When I went to my first magic show, somebody showed me this card. This it's a normal blue backed playing card, but on the face, it's got all the playing cards on it. So this is another good one as an out if you can't guess the right cards. So this one, and this one, these are usually my backup cards. These are usually the one I use when I mess up a trick. And then let me see here. Another time I magically make people pick the 3 of diamonds, and I have them turn around the card, and I go, no, that's the 3 of diamonds. I was talking about the 3 of diamonds, and that one gets a big laugh. And then another good one here is the 3.5 of clubs. That's a good one. And I always wear a shirt with a breast pocket, a short sleeve shirt with a breast pocket in it. And then here's another 3.5 of clubs. Here is a 14 of diamonds. So we got that right there. Not a lot of people know about that one. And these 3 cards right here are a little trick. So we got the red diamond right there. We got the blue diamond right there, and then we got another red diamond right there. And I ask people, do me a favor, tell me to stop at any time. Tell me when you think you got the red diamond. They're like, stop. And I'm like, okay, you think you got it? And they're like, yeah, I think that's the red diamond. And I go, well, this says you owe me $14. That's a good one. And then this one is a good one. This one is the 8 of clubs, and this actually, I can just do this, and it just, bam, turns into that. And then I can do that, and it turns into that. And then I can do that, and it turns into that. So that's a really good trick. That's a really, good one to fool them with. And then, let me see here. What else do I have? 3 of diamonds, and then we got this one right here. Hold on a second. Let me see something. No. Hold on a second. Show you this other one. I'll answer your questions in a bit. Don't worry. Just want to show you these cards. No. Shit. Okay, hold on. So, let me see here. Where is it? Okay. So, this one is a good one. See, this one is pretty old. So it looks like you got the King of Clubs, the 3 of Diamonds, and the Queen of Spades. But then you do this. You're like, no, it wasn't the 3 of Diamonds. It was the Tree of Diamonds. Got you there. And then let's see. I have some I Love New York cards. I'll show you that one. That's just a 7. I got some blank cards, and I actually do have some I Love New York cards. I'll show those to you later sometime. And then this is part of the Snaps deck. You've seen the Snaps deck, I'm sure. Some of you have seen it. Here's the Tiny Joker. And this one is one that I had tons of fun with, because this one has the 2 ace and the 4 of clubs. So what I'll do is I'll hand people two playing cards, and I'll go, okay, now here's the deal. Either I'm going to buy you a drink or you a drink. Whoever's card I don't have, I'll buy you a drink. So they turn around. This person over here has got the 2 of hearts. This one's got the 4 of spades. And I go, oh, damn. I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is I don't have to buy anything. The bad news is I got both your cards right there. That one has netted me a lot of drinks. This one is, it's a color changing card. It's got an ace right there. Then this is a black ace. This one is for the Scorpion deck. The black Scorpion deck, which is ironic because the Scorpion is actually yellow, not black. So this one is a cool card. Looks like a normal card, but then I do that and it turns into an ace. So there we go. And then we've got another card that looks like a 2 of clubs. And then I do this and it turns into an ace. And these cards are actually called indexed cards. Indexed cards, not index cards, indexed. And here's another all-in-one card. Now this card is actually from a special deck. I don't remember what it's called, but this one is a little bit different because if you look at the 3 of hearts, the 3 of hearts is actually indexed, the 3 of hearts is actually raised. And I actually had this card and a person said, I picked the 3 of hearts. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, look right there. It's amazing the serendipity, what happens when you're prepared. And then I've got a 15 of diamonds right there. And then the last card that I have here is, I ask people if they want to see a picture of my Pride and Joy. They're like, yeah, sure. And then I show them this card and it is Pride and Joy. Let me catch up with the comments. Favorite ith card. Can you show us the card? Cool. That's awesome. Didn't know about having outs on a trick. Haha, 14, so specific. Can you spawn money? I can learn to. Most of the spawning money that I do is the money I get from tips. I mean, usually I go out Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, but I am not going out this Friday because I'm going to be with Fears. So, and I've got to do something. So this one, these cards all look the same on the front, but they are not all the same on the back because this one is black, that one's blue, that one's red, that one's yellow, that one's purple, that one's brown, and that one's green. I have a routine that I do with the color aces. And you can get the color aces from magicmakersinc.com. And there are a few more aces. There's a few more cards in here. It's ace with a white back. Yeah, okay. And then we have the queen here. But there's something odd about this queen because there's actually 4 queens instead of a top queen and a bottom queen. There's 4 queens right there. And then these jokers are off the Rich Ferguson Icebreaker deck, which is a really good deck. Now, all of these appear the same, but one of them is different. As you can see, Rich Ferguson is holding an ace of diamonds right there. I want to give myself another 5 minutes because I think you're probably enjoying this. So he's got an ace of diamonds right there. And then finally, this Rich Ferguson joker has a 7 of diamonds. Now, the thing about these cards is you want to make sure your volunteer, you want to make sure your volunteer is has 20 vision before doing these tricks, because if they don't and they can't see it, that will hamper your trick quite a bit. And I run into that a lot. A lot of people I do magic for are like over 50 and they do not have 20/20 vision. So when you do tricks, you want to make sure that it's something huge and big that they can see. Otherwise, if you don't do that, then you're going to end up with a trick that is just fizzled because they have to get their reading glasses out of the car. That's no good. So keep that in mind when you're doing random magic for people. Make sure that they have 20/20 vision and then they can see. And if they don't have 20/20 vision, at least make sure you got like a magnifying glass or another person who can verify the trick for them that yes, it does indeed say 6 of hearts or whatever. So there you go. Those are all my cards. I'm going to put these back real quick. So I think it is about time to get back to work. I'm going to take about 10 more minutes to answer questions, but right now I'm going to look at my Facebook. I'm going to go to my Facebook and see if I've written 1,667 words. Again, writing 1,667 words is not really hard. The trick to it is to, all right, 37,003. Let me see here. 37,003 plus 1,667 equals 386.70. Let me see where I'm at. I might call it a night if I hit my word count. We shall see. Let me see where I am. Review, word count, bam, 38,335. Nope, still have another 300 words to go. So yeah, I'm going to do one more writing sprint, and then I'm going to call it a night. Unless y'all want to see more. If you all want to see more, say you want to see more. So let me go to 3703 plus 37. Oh, 3703 plus 167. 38,670. 38,670. All right. Got around 400 more words to go. So yeah. Hope that wasn't my chair breaking. If it was, that would be bad. Bam. Okay. Can you spawn money? No. Awesome collection. Thank you for the tour. What lessons can you apply from magic to your writing? Save me a monster. Uh, what lessons can you learn from magic to improve your writing? Well, number one, use of language is a big thing because uh, it's more of what you don't say in magic than what you do say. Because I'll share one of my big secrets with you, and I'm probably not going to see most of you in real life, so you probably aren't going to be able to reveal the trick. So I'll teach you two of my secrets. Number one is I have a top to bottom, bottom to top trick. So now what I'll give the person a choice. Let's say the card I wanted to pick, I put on the top. I just put the two of clubs on the very top now. And then with a just slight short trick, I can put two of clubs on the bottom. So here's a trick that I do that not too many people catch. Actually, nobody's catched it yet. The secret is I go, okay, so top to bottom or bottom to top? And they're like, top to bottom, bottom to top. I'm going to go top to bottom. So we go top to bottom. There's your card. Now I'll do it again. So let's say top to bottom or bottom to top. They go bottom to top. Oh, wait, bottom to top. It's two of clubs. And then what about top to bottom? Top to bottom. So it's a secret trick. No matter what they pick, they pick the bottom. It's a linguistic trick, and you can employ that in your writing. Like it doesn't matter whether they pick top to bottom or bottom to top. It's the exact same thing both times. And then the other linguistic trick that I will do is I don't have the socks on. I got them packed away because I'm going to Fears. So I'll just ask them, okay, I'll make them pick like the Jack of Spades. And I go, okay, so pick the Jack of Spades, pick left or right. And they go, left. And I go, this is your left, correct? And they're like, yeah. I go, bam, there it is. And now let's say they pick the opposite. Let's say, okay, we're going to pick right. I go, this is my right, correct? And they're like, yeah. And then I'm like, bam. So it doesn't matter whether they pick left or right. I've got both of those options locked away. So it doesn't matter whether they pick left or right. They're going to pick the card I wanted to pick. So there you go. Sneaky. Yeah, it is sneaky. It is sneaky. And I created the top to bottom, bottom to top, and I created the sock trick. My friend Mike helped me get the socks. And the socks actually come in the 3-pack, but it's 3 socks. It's a Queen of Diamonds, Ace of Hearts, and a King of Spades. And I ordered 2 pairs, so I got 2 of the Ace of Hearts, 2 of the King of Spades, and 2 of... So basically what I do is I wear like the King of Spades on one side and the Ace of Hearts on the other side. And, occasionally I'll make them pick a card that I want them to pick. And then it turns out, oh, it's the Ace of Spades. And then I go right or left, and they're like left. And then I pull up my sock and I go, well, if you would have picked right, that would have been really bad. And they're like, oh my God, let me see the other sock. And I pull the other sock up and oh my God, it's not the Ace of Hearts, it's the King of Spades. That's amazing. So yeah, it's a cool little fun thing I do. But you know what? As the famous Mr. T says, enough jibber jabbering. Let's get down to business. We got to get back on the ball. I got 300 words to go. I think I will hit it within the next few minutes. Putting 25 seconds on the clock. And now I am going back to work. So let's do this. Okay. And just let y'all know, I hit my word count, so this is off the board. I did about 30 more words than I wanted to, but hey, more is more. Is progress is always good. Save me a monster, Sneaky. You're a master of your craft. Great show, man. It's getting late though. Thanks a lot. I'll see you later next time. All right. Thank you for the 2 people watching. That's all I'm going to do for tonight. I'm probably going to save this monster can for later, and I'm going to hit the road. Thanks for everybody who stayed up late with me. Man, I sliced my finger. It was a lot of blood, but it cauterized easily. So yeah, just let you know, I appreciate all of you. Thanks for everybody who came in. Thanks Stacks. Thanks Usually Doe. Thanks Shears Logs. Thanks Quattro. Thanks Larry Tate for dropping by. Thank you. I think that's it. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I'm going to go. It's late. I got to wake up early in the morning tomorrow. I'm going to wake up to go to Fears, and I will see you all later. My name's Randy Brown. I do the card tricks. You all bring the magic, and I will see you later. Bye. And I'm ending this.